talk about, that where this team goes kind of hinges on your play, or that it kind of comes down to you. I mean, what's your reaction?
I mean, that's been the majority of my life. I've been playing quarterback since as long as I can remember, and that's how you kind of grow up in the position, and you get, I think, probably a little nervous at first as you're coming up, but you get kind of addicted to it and enjoy it, and enjoy the pressure that comes with the position. And like I said, that's been how it's been from the first time I started playing football, because I started playing quarterback at a young age.
What do you think of last season? Another 4,000-yard year with unproductive Michael Floyd, injuries to John Brown, John Brown. How would you describe your year overall?
It was just a trying year. It was one of those years that it just seemed like injuries just kind of kept piling on, and you can let injuries frustrate you. You can get mad at it, but when they kind of continue to pile on, you just kind of laugh and smirk at it when you hear so-and-so did so-and-so and they're out for the year. It was just, one after another, and like I've said numerous times, that we've taken on our head coach's identity, and good teams do that. And we just, and his identity is he's tough, he's old school. That's part of the game. You deal with it, and we dealt with it. You just try to find new ways to win. You tinker game plans a little bit depending on what's going on up front, or how many starts a certain guy has at a certain position up front. You try to help him out when you can, and the game changes quite a bit when that happens. And I just think it was a resilient year by us. And to finish off, we lost that last one at home, which hurt. But to finish off going to LA and going to Seattle and getting wins, I think, I don't know if it set the stage for this year, but it definitely helps momentum-wise, and just kind of energy coming into a year, going into a playoff team's place and winning, and then going on the road again in LA and winning.
How would you rank the 4,000-yard accomplishment over the course of your career?
I really don't put much into statistics like that. 4,000 yards come in a lot of different ways. It can be throwing the ball on the field. It can be throwing bubble screens like they do in college. I mean, it's just I really don't think much about statistically last year. I just think about the free agents we had that kept fighting, Tony Jefferson's, Chandler Jones, that have seen a lot of tap outs over the years of guys that are on bad teams that just don't want to play anymore. And I think about the resiliency of the guys in our locker room, and guys that continue to come to work, continue to fight. Statistically, I don't really think much about it.
Coach, there are lots of people that have opinions about your personal performance here at Arizona. As you know, they're all over the map. Aside from wins and losses, how do you measure success, personal success?
Wins and losses, like everybody else. I appreciate you try to soften the blow a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't measure myself at the end of my lifetime on the football player I was. It's about being the father, the brother, all the different parts of your life. Football's such a small part of it. I don't listen or think much about all that stuff. I just focus on trying to get better. This is day one of camp, and focus on today, and not about statistically or wins and losses. I just know that that's how we're judged as quarterbacks.
How are you feeling the effects of being as old as you are?
Man, I feel great. I feel great. I had a tremendous July. Really, starting since March, it's been a great off season, physically, mentally. I've been extremely blessed to still be playing the game, and I got after it. I got after it in July. I had a great July. Listened to people around me that were pulling back the reins, and I listened to the number of throws, the overworking. I heard all that. I absorbed it. I implemented it into my plan for July and June. But it's been a great off season.
Did that not limiting your throwing early in the off season? Yeah, could you feel the effects of it as you start throwing more?
Yeah. I mean, you just get so ingrained. I've been playing for so long. You get so ingrained to throwing in March and April, May and June, and then to not do it is just odd. It just feels like something's wrong. But like I said, I listened to experts, like like Coach Arians. I mean, Coach Arians had a number of different quarterbacks, guys that he coached, guys that he didn't coach, that he talked about, saving throws and not overworking and not overdoing it. And just, I listen to the experts around me. I'm fortunate to play for a guy like him who is a quarterback expert, and Byron, who's been in this system and knows the system and knows BA and knows the practice regimen and knows how the season goes. Just listened to all that, absorbed it, and adjusted.
How resistant or accepting were you of these days off in camp, especially backs brokered with the off days, you get two back-to-back? Were you resistant, or did you accept that willingly?
No, I listened to it. I'm all in. I listened to their approach, their reasons, and I'm all in.
You talked about changing your mechanics footwork. Where are you at in that progress?
I feel great. I worked hard. Like I said, it was a great June and July. I had a chance to really, just by yourself or with a handful of receivers, really get the repetitions I needed to where I wasn't thinking about it and was just reacting. So I feel great.
Someone who's played the
You guys
game
have-
as long as you did, is that difficult to change mechanics and footwork this late in one's career?
I don't think so. It's just a mindset. I don't think so. I mean, I think that's an easy way to not change certain things, is just say, well, I've been doing it this way forever.
What do you think of the reshaped offensive line?
I'm excited about the guys we have. It's reshaped a little bit. It's still the same guys for the most part, other than one guy, but really, really excited to watch those guys play. I mean, there's one thing you can tell, it's just a big physical group. Those guys have been working hard with Buddy and Anthony. You look at Evan. Evans is as thick and as strong as they come. He's powerful. AQ's the same way. Jared looks amazing. DJ's looked really, really good. Mike came in really, really light, but I'm very happy with the guys we have. And there's a lot of guys fighting. There's still some jobs that are up in the air in the second string groups, the third string groups. So it's going to be a great battle this camp.
Bruce have talked about, the overworking of the arm, but when you were going through it at the beginning of last season, before you guys started doing taking Wednesdays off, did you notice? I mean, was this something that you kind of?
Oh yeah, I mean this game, you're so it's so ingrained, and you just fight through it. You fight through it. So no doubt you notice it, whether it's a sore arm, a sore hamstrings if you're a receiver, whatever it may be, shoulders, neck, for the guys that are hitting all the time. There's no doubt you notice it.
What do you see from John Brown? Do you see the old John Brown out there?
Yeah, he wasn't available all off season. I think they were just being smart with him with his hamstrings at the I think for the mini camp and maybe one or two OTAs at the end. But he looks great. I've been talking to him nonstop all off season. The procedures he's gone through and the medical evaluations he had, he's confident in, which is a big part of it. But it really seems like they have a good hold of it, and our medical staff has done a great job with that.
How much preseason work do you need in preseason games? You've got an extra game, but you got 4 quarterbacks in camp. Maybe less might serve you better moving forward into the season. Do you agree with that philosophy? Maybe less for you in the preseason?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. It's not about what I agree. It goes back to the same thing. Just listening to what the experts tell me, what our staff says, and BA, and I'm excited about camp. I'm excited about preseason games. I'm ready to work. I'm available, and I'm gonna do what I'm told as far as that's concerned.
What's it going to be like to have an emerging David Johnson in that backfield?
Great. I mean, it looked pretty good last year. But there's TJ's a guy that we're excited about.